What's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. Y'all go ahead, stick a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, man, stick a 1 in the chat. If you can hear the doc loud and clear, man. Salute, salute. New music on the way, man. We gonna keep dropping music, man, forever. You understand? We just getting into the flow of our sound too, boy. We ain't even, but we got some things coming up that gonna be so icy, man. Oh my God. Salute, man. Bless up, man. So we're gonna do a subscribers only right now, man, until somebody let us not do that, man. We'll do a subscribers only today, man. Maybe we'll start doing this subscribers only Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the time it's gonna be all members only. So if you want to be a part of the live chat on any other day, man, you better go ahead and come on in here. Go ahead over to the main channel page. Click next to the subscribe button. You'll see a join button. Click that join button and come on over, man. Let's get into it. All right, man. So great topic for the day, man. SJ3, my brother, I see you as usual, always in here, man. GLG is deep in the building, man. I appreciate y'all being in the joint. Let's go ahead and get ready to do something today, man. So before we even get into the main topic, man, let's go ahead and talk about this Andrew Tate thing, man. We ain't gonna spend much time on it, but I do want to talk about it. And I just see how people are rejoicing and doing all of this. Hey, he's free, he's blocked. Let me tell y'all something right now, man. As a man who's been in situations where I've had to deal with the law, but because of, certain actions of mine, this is just the beginning of them trying to jam these boys up. House arrest is not freedom. Think about this. House arrest after a prison sentence is one thing. You're integrating back into society after you've served your time, after you've paid your debt to society or your perceived debt to society because of whatever conviction you faced or received. House arrest before, when there are charges still pending or when you've been arrested because of suspicions of things. This house arrest is just a little bit of rope. This is the little bit of rope they're giving these Tate boys to see if they're going to hang themselves. To see if anything is going to come out that can really stick them. So house arrest without being convicted of anything is worse than house arrest after a conviction. What's the charges? What are they charged with? The actual criminal charges, what are they? So why are these guys on house arrest? See, some of y'all believe house arrest is better than being locked up. And it is, but just a little bit. To be at home and be under restraints, it is more likely that you are going to leave home, especially if you're a man in a position of power and you got moves to make. It is more likely that you are not going to be able to honor the house arrest thing, especially if you're a man and feel like you can move however you want to move. The very moment the house arrest agreement is broken, they're right back in prison. Freedom is freedom. If you know anything about the environment where guys serve a lot of time, one thing you'll notice that a man would rather do his whole 10 years than to do 8 of those 10 and then get out and have 2 years on probation or 2 years on parole. Guys would rather take 15 years to the door than do 10 and get 5 years probation or parole. Guys don't want to do that, or probation rather. Guys don't want to deal with that. When you're home, you want to be home. You want to be free. So what you got to keep in mind is that this just gives them more of an opportunity to find something, to jam these guys up. This is not an admission of, hey, we ain't gotten in on them. This is an admission of, hey, we ain't got enough on them yet. But let's see what we can do. Because they do have some things. There are some incriminating text messages and other things, man. There are some incriminating communications that need to be addressed. Some of these things came from Tate's mouth himself. So there are some things that need to be clarified. There are some things that they are looking at and further investigating. So let's not be all happy because somebody got house arrest. House arrest is not the next, it's just not the next step in progression to freedom. House arrest is, okay, we don't have enough strong evidence to officially charge you, but we got enough to keep our thumb on you where you can't just go out here and roam free. That's what house arrest means. House arrest after a conviction means that, okay, you've done enough of your time for us to let you out, but we still own your ass. House arrest before a conviction is, you know what? We ain't got you yet, but believe me, buddy, we damn sure believe we gonna get you. So you can't just go back out in the world and roam around free like you ain't did nothing. Because we truly believe that you've done some, and we think we can get enough to convict you. So all this needing to be happy for someone, and all this needing to live in a fantasy world, man, y'all don't understand the beginning of the taste battle is now. They battle just began. It just began, man. Y'all got to understand, man. This is gonna be a long road, because here's what y'all got to understand. When the system wants you, homie, they will spare no expense to pin you. No expense, no matter of resources, no amount of sacrificing lives and liberty, none of that. When they want you, they coming. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Look through our history. And I want you to look through our history and find me the man that they sure enough wanted and didn't never get. This is an uphill battle, man. So y'all hold off on the cheer and applause and the cheerleading with the pom-pom and the little cheerleader short dresses on, man, with the little shorts up on them and all that, man, doing all your hip parading. Because what that does is two things. It brings even more attention and makes these guys want to taste even more. Makes the law look at them and say, oh, no, we got to get them now. Look at all these people. Ooh, but we going to get them. We finna make everybody that's happy and cheering shut up, because we going to get them. And it also runs the risk of giving the taste an unrealistic sense of security. And the last thing a man needs when the scope of the government is on him is an unrealistic sense of security, because you're bound to say or do something that's going to be the final nail that they need to pin your ass in a coffin. So y'all relax. Let's hope justice is served. But at the same time, don't be such a goddamn cheerleader where you ain't okay with justice being served if it's found out that these boys did something they ain't have no business doing. That's my main thing. If it's found out beyond a shadow of a doubt that these boys caught up in some things, some of these things they've been accused of, or worse than that, then I want y'all to be just as happy that justice is served. Because I think some of y'all are under the impression that no matter what happened or no matter what was done, everybody deserved to be free. Ain't y'all the same one when somebody go around and terrorize the whole neighborhood for years, and then they get locked up? Y'all be having shirts on with their name on, talking about free such and such. Or when they go around terrorizing everybody and catching bodies, when somebody finally catch them as a body, y'all talking about RIP, got all them shirts on. Man ain't caused nothing but hell and turmoil his whole life, and y'all talking about may he rest in peace. No, may he rest in the same hell and turmoil that he caused in the world. So if you are guilty of things, your ass deserve to serve a debt to society. If you are not guilty of things, you deserve to walk free like everybody else who has not done anything. All right, I ain't gonna spend too much time on that, man. I just want to come in and talk on that, because y'all doing a more hurt than you're doing help by doing all this cheering and hurrahing and doing all this hip parading. So let's get to it, man. Famo Flims, I see you in the building, man. All right, let's get to it, man. All right, man. So the topic for today is this: 10 ways to make even the most confident, beautiful, attractive, business-minded woman appreciate and respect your alpha energy. Now, some of these things are about mindsets that men must have. You know what I'm saying? You must have a mindset. And first of all, you must be a true individual. You understand? By that, I mean you must be you. You understand? Don't try to be me. Don't try to be nobody else. You got to be you first, because that the best version of yourself not the best version of someone else or a makeshift version or a less qualified version or a less authentic version of someone else. You got to be you. And you got to remember this. She may look good. She may live good. She may smell good. She may feel good. But just because she does all that does not mean that she deserves you, because she's doing all that for herself. Anything she had before you met her, she didn't do it for you. She doesn't deserve you just because she looks good. She could be batshit crazy. She may look phenomenal and be totally out of her mind. So her looking good is why a man who is striving to become the most alpha version of himself will even look her way. Because, hey, let's be realistic. We all got to like what we look at. I ain't saying there's no specific definition of beauty or no specific quantification of what makes a woman beautiful that we all should follow. But what I'm saying, your woman got to look good to you. Don't let this society and these women tell you that looks don't matter. Yes, hell, they do. They matter, believe me. Don't no man who get no money. Hey, a man who ain't got no money don't even want a woman. He just get the most attractive woman that he can get. So yes, physical attraction is the main thing, because guess what? Let's break this down. Somebody finna get mad. Somebody finna get third A high. Somebody finna be in a feeling. Let me tell you something. Intimacy between a man and woman is the number one reason that people are in a relationship together. Intimate relationship, intimacy, physical intimacy, getting it in, making love, smashing, flipping flapjacks, smacking cakes, doing whatever you want to call it. That's the main reason that male and female get together. That's the main reason male and female look at one another. It is that. It is that. Let's be realistic. We try to live in a society where it's not that, but here's the problem with that. The only way it's not that is if she's looking at you for your resources. So let's cover one thing. Don't be such a sucker that you think is a problem for a woman to look at you and qualify you as a better catch or a better man to be with than a man who got less resources. Yes, having resources, as much as it means to you in your life and how you can move through your life, as much as it means to you and how you can build and how you can chill and how you can live and how you can feel, all of those things matter to the woman just as well. And as far as beauty goes, until you see her natural state, man, that shit is all smoke and mirrors. You don't know what a woman look like until you see her first thing in the morning. I'm talking about first thing in the morning, waking up out the bed. You got to see her like that. Now, if you got a woman you don't never see natural, no matter how early you wake up, she already up and already got her face on. You know what I'm saying? When she already got a mask on and already got a, nah, boy, she trying to hide something. So here's a requirement for me. If you ain't all natural, the first thing we finna do is a water sport. We finna go do a water sport. We finna go to the beach. We finna go somewhere where we in a situation where I'm finna see what your skin look like, what your face look like. Because here's the thing. I'm not saying that you look at a woman and say, ooh, your skin. No, the way a woman's skin is, you can tell how well she takes care of her body internally. So just her physical beauty on the outside, yeah, you can doctor that. You can doctor that up real good. You can pimp my ride a woman in a minute. Y'all remember the show Pimp My Ride? Exhibit was on, man. They used to freak them people cars, man. They ain't never fixed the motor. They ain't fixed the motor. They ain't fixed the transmission. They used to just redo the body, man, do something crazy to the body. It looked good. Man, people drive out like that thing smoking the next day, man. But it looked good for the show, right? Another thing I want y'all to do, man, be 100% honest and upfront about your intentions and expectations. Now, here's what I'm saying. I've heard men say women don't deserve honesty. Man, that's bullshit. It ain't about a woman deserving honesty. It's about you being the quality and level of man you're supposed to be. Everything we do ain't about women. Matter of fact, very little we do is about women. Be honest with you. We don't work out and get in shape, man, because if you work out and get in shape because of women, man, then something wrong with you. You better work out and get in shape, man, because if you ain't in shape, you run the risk of being sick as hell. You run the risk of being not only not qualified to protect somebody else, but to even protect yourself. And here's the thing about honesty. Most women have never met an honest man. I'm talking about a man who's going to tell her the truth no matter how it makes her feel. A man who doesn't let her feelings or possible feelings affect him telling the truth. And that's one of those things that we must keep in mind. Hold on, man. Man, I be thinking sometime, man, when people try to call you, man, while I'm doing my show, man, I just think they be watching it, man, and just wait till I'm on the call. Like certain people, man, they always call me while I'm on. Always. I ain't saying every time I'm on, but whenever they do call me, it's always when I'm live, man. I'm gonna stop blocking people ass, man. Most women have never met an honest man. And here's another thing I want y'all to understand. You can only demand honesty if you are honest. You can't demand honesty if you ain't honest. Now, I don't believe that about everything. I don't believe that if a man got money, he got to demand that a woman have money. I don't believe that, if a man is, there are some things. If you in shape, you can demand a woman in shape. But you can't demand a woman in shape if you ain't in shape. You can't demand a woman honest if you ain't honest. Some of these things, man, you got to be that because you got to lead. You can't lead nobody into honesty, and you can't lead nobody to stay honest if you ain't honest. And here's the thing about being honest. How the hell you gonna get what you want if you ain't honest about what you want? That's how y'all end up in a relationship with women you don't even want to be with because you weren't honest about your intentions. A lot of time you'll realize that, like I told you, that physical attraction is the main thing that draws two people together. A lot of time, man, if you just honest about it, the woman might be okay with whatever you got going on, whatever you want to have going on. But by the same token, you can't be a man that's out here, man, just willy-nilly giving your testosterone away to random women. But that's another topic. Also, never worry about losing the woman. Never worry about losing the woman because you never own the woman. You can't even loan the woman. You understand? If you don't own her, you can't loan her. So stop worrying about losing her. You cannot lose a woman. How can you lose something that can walk away whenever the hell you get ready? You can lose your mind. You can lose your money. You can lose your time. You can lose your job. You can lose your home. You can lose your car. You can lose your health. But you can't lose no woman. Anything that can walk away because of no doing of your own at any time, you never own it. So you can't lose it. You simply can't lose it. See, the proper mindset is she can lose you if she chooses to refuse you and your rules too. You understand what I'm saying? I can't lose her. She can lose me. If she chooses to refuse your rules, then she can lose you. But you can't lose her. One reason is the biological clock. Let me tell you something, man. And this is just the reality of it. The same way we have to understand that when we're younger, a beautiful woman has more options than even a successful young man. A beautiful young woman, that's the definition of the world is an oyster. Not just an oyster, her oyster. And she's just going around plucking pearls. Pearl here, pearl there. Pew, another pearl. Pew. She's just going around plucking pearls. So a young, attractive woman has more options than anybody. Even a wealthy man on any level still doesn't have the options of a young, attractive woman. But as we get older, her options begin to lower and our options begin to rise. That's just the reality of it. A wealthy man in his 40s, 50s, 60s, even older, has more options for, I'm talking about, when I say options, I'm not talking about just anybody, throw anything against the wall and see what it stick. No, I mean quality options. Even when I talk about the younger woman has more quality options. She might not have, like overall options, uh, uh, almost any young woman, almost any woman has a lot of overall options, but I mean quality options, sought after options. Now that's just the reality of it. So what I say this to say this, I say that to say this, if you build yourself into the best version of yourself and become, the best physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial version of yourself, how can you value her over you? How can you look at her as the prize? How can you look at you as winning her? It doesn't make sense. There's no way you can ever view it from that perspective because it doesn't make sense to view it from that perspective. It just doesn't make sense. None of us should view it from that perspective. You got to remember, she was created to be your helpmeet. It doesn't matter what the society has put on top of all of that. When you break everything down to its very least compound, her creation was to be a helpmeet for you. Now, your ass got to have something for her to help you with. A helpmeet don't mean come into your life and help your ass from ground zero and help you build your life. That's not what a helpmeet is. That's not what a helpmeet is. Because during more masculine times, more patriarchal times, a man would not even allow you to come to his house and leave off with his virgin daughter if you weren't situated already. It just didn't happen. So her job is not to help you create your life. That's not her job. Her job is to come in and help you meet the ultimate goal of leaving a legacy. That's what her sole purpose is. Your ultimate goal as a man: build a life, build generational wealth, and create a legacy to leave it to. That's what this society has been based on forever. That's why we still talk about names like Rockefeller. That's why we talk about names like Bush. That's why you see a man become president and his dad was already president. You see what I'm saying? Generational wealth is not just material wealth. Generational wealth is connections. Generational wealth is position. It is your job as a man to create position for yourself. And it's that woman's job to come in and help you meet your ultimate goal of leaving a legacy. Everything else that you can get from a woman is just things that she wants you to value. And the more that you build yourself to the most valuable version of yourself, the most alpha version of yourself, then you realize that a lot of that other shit ain't got no value. And you have to approach the situation like this. You don't have to tell a woman, I got more value than you. You're beneath me. Hey, you aged out. Man, listen, let me tell you something. Sexual marketplace value, I'm the prize, all these fucking red pill talking points, man, don't nobody use that shit in the real world when you're dealing with women. I don't have a conversation with a woman, man, about red pill and she's aged out and she and sexual marketplace value. Man, don't nobody talk about that shit. No, nobody who deal with women for real in the real world talk about that. If you know it, you just apply it, but you don't talk about it. What you sitting up having a red pill conversation with women for? We don't do that. We too busy trying to make sure we got something for her to help with. You understand? If you ain't built nothing, you don't need to be creating no legacy. You ain't got nothing to leave no legacy. You ain't got no legacy. When a woman meets you, if you get into it, and not just because of the amount of money you have, but if you get into it, if you are a man who has built a life that requires you to be hands-on so much that you barely got time for her ass, let me tell y'all something about time. If she's not crying about time, you ain't got your money on your mind. I can promise you that. If she's not crying about time, you ain't got your money on your mind. You spending too much time with her if she ain't crying about time. That's the number one way to tell, man, if a woman is really about you and really into you, if she ain't crying about time. She's supposed to be like, hey, look, hey, when we gonna blah, 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 blah. I know you're busy, but blah, 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 but I miss you and blah. If she ain't telling you that, man, you ain't living the life you're supposed to be living. You ain't supposed to have that much time for a woman. That's why marriage is such a sacrifice. Because marriage, all of a sudden, you got to have that time for her. If you already living like you married and you ain't, well, what you doing with your life? Let me tell you something. A woman wants to miss you. A woman wants to know you so busy. A woman wants to know that she got to, like, she got the schedule. She got to be on the schedule for your time. And here's the thing. For most women, being on the schedule for your time fits better. Now, let me tell you, oh, disclaimer. If you ain't worrying about women and you don't want no woman and you just gonna be monk and you just gonna do whatever you gonna do, or you gonna be, one of these guys that keep using the passport bro mantra to just take your broke ass overseas and you ain't even got no money to get back, or you going over there getting jammed up, getting robbed by the woman you went to see, and no, I ain't talking about you. You ain't even got your life together. We ain't talking about you. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about you if you just going overseas to get your rocks off because you can't get your rocks off over here. We ain't talking about if you just going overseas to have fun because you can't have fun with women over here. That's not who we talking about. Now, if you're a man that's going overseas, man, you actually looking for a wife that fits into the prototypical wife lifestyle or position. Yes, I can respect that because that's a hard ass thing to find in America. I ain't gonna lie to you. To find a woman who fits into the prototypical wife, it don't even matter how paid you are. To find a woman in America who fits into the prototypical wife position and plays that position and loves to be in that position and understands the value of being in that position and that she must make sacrifices and compromises based on what she's been taught in America, then that's hard, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's hard. It's a difficult thing to do. And many men who you see that's talking, oh, marriage is so great, marriage is so great, them motherfuckers are compromised. You can listen to the way they talk. Listen to him talk before he got married, listen to him talk afterwards. Boy, voice done got softer, more high pitched. He's more, as they call it, calm and reserved. No, he's biting his fucking tongue. That's what he's doing. Now the woman can say whatever she want to say, and he got to hold back because what? Because that's what it entails if a woman isn't ready to play that position. So the main thing you got to do is not compromise on your demands. Wherever you demand, you must stand. I'm going to be honest with you. Stand on your demands. Every one of us has to stand on our demands. Never compromise them. And here's why you don't compromise them. And I want y'all to remember this. It's easier for a woman in America to find a man who fits into the prototypical husband position than it ever will be for a man to find a woman in America who fits into the prototypical wife position. You got to remember that. You are prepared to be in that position. That's why so many men are going getting wives from other countries, because you are prepared to be in that position. You have always been prepared to be in that position. You just needed to be able to get to the money. But in America, women aren't prepared for that. So I'm not just telling you ways to deal with women in America. I'm telling you ways to deal with women all around. Wherever you go, you still have to be the most alpha version of yourself, because there's an expectation of you as a man in America to be a trick. You go to other countries, they expect you to just trick out because so many guys go over there and do it. Got a little sidetracked, man. Let's get back into it. Now, that leads me to this. The concept of provision isn't a financial prison. I want y'all to remember that. Let's say it. The concept of provision isn't a financial prison until you put legal marriage on top of it. Provision is something you're already doing in your life. You got to remember this. You are not going into a woman's life. You are adding her to yours. It don't matter where you get her from. You can get her from Istanbul, Turkey. You can get her from Timbuktu. You can go in a time machine and go back and get her from ancient Egypt. It don't matter. Wherever you get her from, she's coming into your life. She's coming into your world. You're not going into hers. And if a woman can't accept that, she never going to respect and appreciate your alpha energy, because she thinks she alpha. The very moment a woman calls herself an alpha female, man, flee the scene. There is no such thing as an alpha female. There's a woman who's trying to be an alpha male. There is no alpha female. If she calls herself that, she thinks she's a dude. Or she want to present to the world that I can do what dudes do too. Don't play that game, man. You owe yourself better than that. Don't leave with your wallet, but make sure you understand the value of the hard work that made your wallet solid. Don't leave with your wallet. Don't flex the wallet. Respect yourself and build your own view of yourself based on the grind, determination, willpower, dedication, and focus you know it took to get your wallet solid. If you getting money, don't flex with the money. Don't think about the money. Don't look at it and say, girl, you know how hard I had to work to get to where I am? Do you know how hard I had to work to get to where I am? And let me tell y'all something. No woman in this damn country had to work as hard to get to where she is as a black man does. Nobody in this country has to work as hard to get to where they are as a black man. There are no helps and benefits for you to get there. You got to grind your ass off. There's more people trying to keep you from getting there than there are to help you get there. There are no systems in place to help you get there. There are no programs in place to help you get there. There is no assistance to help you get there. There are no laws in place to help you get there. Hell, there are laws in place to keep you from getting there. So as a black man in America, man, you put yourself in the best position to win, boy, you better not ever put a woman above you. What's wrong with you? You better not ever put a woman above you. She don't understand the amount of work you had to put in. She don't understand the amount of shit you had to take. She don't understand how many of your friends became your enemies because you were doing good. She don't understand how many people intentionally tried to sabotage you on your way up. She don't understand how many people are only around you because they think they can get something from being around you. That's the only reason they want to see you win, because they think a win for you is a win for them, but not in a way where they're just happy for you to win, but in a way where they think they can get something and put in their pocket because you winning. How you gonna put her above you? How you gonna let her think she above you? How you gonna let her interact with you like you ain't the one that she should be thanking God for? We can't look at the numbers. If you're gonna believe the number, that only 5% of men are at a certain level. Only 15% of men are at that next level. Only 30% of men are at that next level. And everybody else is financially fucked up. You can't believe that and then put yourself in 30%, 15%, or 5%, and then turn around and look at the woman and say she's a gift to you. How? How? Listen, if they have all the educations, then find an educated woman that's a dime a dozen. They come a dime a dozen. They got all the degrees. You can go around the corner and find an educated woman. You can go around the corner and find a successful woman. You can go around the corner and find a woman with a business. You can go around. You can't find that with men. That's what they say. See, you can't let a woman tell you that it ain't no good man, and then when she come across you and you know you're a good man, you still gonna elevate her above you. You are the one that can't be found. You are the one that she ain't never been close to, even though she done laid with all these men before. She ain't never been with a man like you before. Keep that in mind. Boy, you got to elevate yourself next to God. If you put a woman above you, you putting her next to God. There's God, there's me, and there's you. No matter what your name is, woman. You know how much dedication to the Most High it took for me to not go out there and do no dirt? You know how much dedicating to the Most High it took me to not go out there and knock nobody blocked off because I know they trying to cross me? You know how much boy, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm going to tell you something that's really real. You got to value yourself so much that her valuing you don't even matter. Because she don't even know you. She valuing the end result. The end result always look good. Everybody can value the end result. Let me tell you something. If you see somebody that's in shape, you know something that somebody who's not in shape will never ask them. There's one question that you never get if you in shape. Ever. What's the first step? What's the first step? You know what you get? How do I get in shape like you? How do I make my body look like yours? How do I lose the weight you lost? How do I build the muscle you built? They don't never ask what the first step is. Because if you don't ask what the first step, you don't give a damn what the second step. You care about the result. Why you think all these damn teas and pills and bills and thrills and frills selling so much? Because everybody wants the result. A woman looking at you for the result. Who gives a damn what she think about the result? Hell yeah, the result is good. You meet me, baby, you just met Dr. BOA. I'm a motherfucker. I'm that dude. I don't care who you'd have met before. You could have met Drake before. I don't care. Drake ain't me. I'm Dr. BOA. You and Drake don't know what the hell I done been through to get to where I am. And I've been through more than both of y'all. You got to remember, man, that your life is your calling card. Your life is your evidence that you are the greatest man she's ever met. Because she had ever met a man like you before, she'd done everything in her power to hold on to him. Everything in her power to hold on to him. Or she recognized him when she saw him again. She recognized that type of energy. She recognized that type of focus, determination. She recognized that type of honesty if she'd ever seen it before. That way you know she ain't. We have to build ourselves spiritually into our best version so our values become our value. You hear all this talk about high value man. How in the fuck is you high value if you ain't got no values? You ain't high value. Your ass just got some money. Value is just the singular form of values. Values is just the plural form of value. Value is based on values. That's what we talking about. Build yourself into a man you can respect even if all the money is gone. If you ain't shit before you got money, you ain't shit with it. You just got some money. If you wasn't shit before you got some fame, you ain't shit with it. You just got some fame. And the bottom line is, outside of getting women, money has no value except what the hell you can build with it. Not for you. You already built the money for you. That's why, man, let me tell you something. Within the first 5 minutes of conversation, if a woman ain't talking about, man, what she could do to help somebody, man, I ain't talking to her ass no more. If she ain't talking about what she could do to build something, or what she would, if she ain't got some dream about seeing the world in a better way, if she ain't got some dream about helping people in some kind of way, I ain't saying she got to be talking about getting money and doing that, but she got to be talking about helping somebody in some kind of way. Otherwise, man, I ain't talking to her no more. Because the only thing you remember for, man, is the lives you affect. That's it. Only thing you remember for is the lives you affect. And if a woman ain't about that, man, then you got to leave her alone. The first thing you got to do before you can have a woman that's going to appreciate and respect your alpha energy is she got to be the type of woman that has that type of character, that type of personality. She got to be a woman that understands the value of that. That's why I talk so much about a woman have a positive relationship with a strong father. If she ain't got a positive relationship with a strong father, man, listen, and the next best thing is a positive relationship with a strong uncle, strong granddad. Hell, the last leg is a strong stepdad. A woman with a strong positive connection with a strong stepdad. And listen, there is a such thing as a strong stepdad. I've seen situations where a man run the shit out the house, but that ain't what most situations are. Why? Because most men ain't gonna run shit. If you give them 15 legs, they still ain't gonna run a race. A positive connection with any strong man is better than a positive connection with none. You understand? I don't care what nobody say. Yes, there are levels to it, but I would rather have one with a strong positive connection with a stepdad who ran the household like a prison. I'd rather have a woman who grew up in Shack household With his stepdad, who you want to even call his stepdad, tearing it down. But you notice we only reference Shaq in that because it's fucking rare. I'm not saying that's not a good thing, but it rarely happens. We all only reference Shaq when it comes to that example of that stepdad who became the dad in the kid's eyes, and the kid's like, man, that's my dad. Don't you dare call him step. You know what? My cousin. I got a cousin, man, who when he met his wife, she had just come out of divorce, had a little bitty baby. You know, like little bitty baby. I'm talking about not even 1 year old yet. And that kid got a little bit older, told her biological dad, listen, I can call you by your name, but I can't call you dad. Like, this my dad right here. Only dad I've known, only dad I got. I ain't gonna disrespect you and call you sperm donor, and then I'll call you by your name, but I'll never call you dad. I never view you as dad. So that situation can turn out like that, but those are the only two situations one of them I know for sure. The other one I've heard from Shaq himself, so I guess I know that one too. He ain't got no reason to lie to us about it. So she gotta have a positive relationship with some strong man. And you notice those two situations represent strong men being in situations that are mostly occupied by weak men. So we're not going to even count. We're not going to even look forward to that. We're not going to even say, that's the one. Let's look for that. No, that's rare. What we're talking about, and in those situations, you know what happens? The girl don't go out here and live a wild life and be wild and out and doing all that. If she do that, the man wasn't strong. If you see a girl to go out here and wild out and live however she want to live, she didn't have a positive connection with a strong father, because a positive connection with a strong father is going to make that woman do one thing in this world, and that's do whatever she got to do to not disappoint that man. These are some qualifications that you must not overlook. And that's why men are starting to look in other countries, because you can't find that shit here. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm saying somebody beat your ass to the punch. I'm saying if there's a woman around like that, where you at, somebody already got her. So listen, I'm not saying good wives don't exist in America. I'm saying there ain't no more left for me and you. Somebody already got them. Somebody already got them. I know men with wonderful wives, but they've been married 15 years. I know men with perfectly submissive wives who have a traditional marriage. And let me tell you something. Everybody who knows that man said, boy, I ain't married until I get me one like that. And you know what he say? Good luck. And you know what we say? You're damn right, dog. Ain't nobody letting those women. That's why if you meet a woman that's in her 30s or 40s and she's single, nobody ever saw her as a worthy wife. Because damn if I'm going to believe that there's no men out here that she ever met that's worthy husbands. Bullshit. Nobody ever saw her as a wife. And you know the main thing, nobody ever sees you as a wife. This is for women, because y'all starting to listen. Let me tell y'all something. The main reason nobody ever saw you as a wife, because you can't keep your legs closed. You believe that the best thing you can do is just go out here and have some intimate fun with a man. That's how come ain't nobody never viewed you like that. Because the first thing to come to a man mind, damn, that was fast. And unless you're a virgin, damn, it probably was fast for somebody else too. You got to carry yourself as a wife if you want to be a wife. A woman does not make a wife. A wife is a special kind of woman. Just like a man don't make a husband. A husband is a certain kind of man. Let's not act like everybody is this husband quality. Hell no. I know some dirt daubers myself. I ain't been the squeakiest cleanest motherfucker myself. But I also look back and I know that I could have been a better version of me. And there were some situations, if I was a better version of me, then I could have led the woman into the fullness of her womanhood. Now, the woman got to be a woman. She got to be feminine. She got to be sweet. She got to be all that. But that still don't make her a wife. That makes her a candidate for a wife. She ain't a wife until she get a husband who can lead her into the fullness of the position. She don't know how to be a wife. She know how to be the type of woman that a man would make his wife. Becoming your wife is a totally different ball game. She got to learn new shit. She got to develop new skill. She got to become somebody else, because her being single ain't the same as her being Miss BOA. It ain't the same thing, man. Now, if a woman is a blessing to your life, because I know men, plenty of men, whose wife is a blessing to their life. But here's the thing about a woman being a blessing to your life. You give God the glory, not her. She don't get no glory because she a blessing. She didn't give you no blessing. God gave you the blessing. The credit that she get for being who God put her here to be, God already gave her that credit. I'm not giving her no credit for being a good girl. It didn't benefit me until I met you. And then from there, I had to take over and develop you into who you needed to be with me. So I'm going to give God the glory for giving me this blessing in the form of you. Not you. I'm going to give it to God. If you need some of it, he'll give it to you. You only got the blessing she is because you deserve it. Not because she said, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to get this blessing to BOA. Dean, come get your blessing. No, God saw Dean and said, here you go, Dean. I'm proud of you, boy. God saw SJ3, said, SJ, holla, word breaker. Here you go, boy. God saw Famo and said, Flemings, not you Flemings, D Flemings. Come get that blessing for you, boy. I got you. God saw the masculinist and said, hey, I know why you call yourself the masculinist. You want a Proverb 31 woman? I got one for you. Boy, you did good. That's God giving you the blessing, not the woman. And so just because you're a man who's in a position that God's going to bless like that, you make that woman understand that. You don't make her understand it by showing it to her. You make her understand it by staying steady in the boat and being the same spiritually astute, financially responsible, emotionally in control, physically in high performance mode, not just for her intimately, but physically in high performance mode for your life, and mentally as stable as the Rock of Gibraltar. You may lean a little bit like the Tower of Pisa, but you ain't gonna fall. You demand her respect and appreciation because you don't waver from who the hell you are when she met you. You got to stay steady in the boat, man. You got to be you. The more you start being what she wants you to be, you becoming somebody else. And guess what happens then? You don't even know who you are, man. You don't even know who you are. And you can't respect yourself if you don't know who you are. I'm telling you that right now. She should be blessed to have a man who can help her continue to grow and flourish into the woman she will put here to be. Because a woman by herself, her growth is going to stifle and she's going to be at a level and she ain't going to be able to go past it. To get past that level, it takes the leadership of a qualified man to take her into the fullness of her femininity. Because let me tell you something, a woman can go make all the money and get all the degrees in the world. It ain't going to never make her the most feminine, womanhood, fulfilling version of herself. But when that woman get a man, a husband, a man who views her as a wife, a man who is a stand-up man, a man who has been striving his whole life to be the most alpha version of himself, oh yeah, she gonna get into the fullness of her womanhood. She gonna become a wife. She gonna become a wife. The thing that she was put here to be in the first damn place. And that's just the reality of it, man. Another thing you can't do, man, and this is one of the things that a woman will respect the most. You can't stop being busy and start getting dizzy on that love shit. Don't stop being busy because you starting to get dizzy on that love shit. You putting business aside. You ain't taking care of the thing you need to take care of, man. You ain't busy no more. Here's the thing about it. A woman can never occupy your time. You got to give it to her. A woman can never impede your progress. You got to look at progress and say, I'm going to stop so I can deal with this woman. A woman cannot be a detriment to your life. You got to look at your life and say, okay, life, I'm going to mess you up by letting this woman in this spot. A woman can't do nothing in your life, boy. You got to let her in. You got to put her in a position. You got to invite her in. It ain't her, it's you. You think a woman just going to meet you and take control of your life? No, you got to give her control. You think a woman just gonna meet you and demand to take control of your time? No, you got to give her your time. You think a woman just gonna meet you, man, and you just say, give me all your money? No, you got to give her your money. You think a woman gonna just come in and say, you better focus on me 100%? Abracadabra, and then you do it? No, you got to willingly give a woman everything you got. You got to willingly sacrifice everything you got. You got to willingly give up everything you got. You got to willingly just pilfer every damn thing you got in order for the presence of the woman. It ain't the woman's fault. It's you and how you behaved because the woman came into your life. Because you know what you did? You did not remember that she's only a blessing to you because God looked at you and said, okay, you deserve a blessing because you're you. He didn't say because you're going to change into somebody else. He said because you're you. Because you're you. That's why you got this blessing. Make her earn your time and only give her the time she deserves because she earned it. Make her earn your time. How do you make her earn your time? Now, that's for your ass to figure out. If you got to ask me how to make a woman earn your time, then your ass need to focus on building yourself some more. You figure that out. What can she do to your life to earn your time? See, here's how you, I will give you this outlook on it. If you want to make a woman earn your time, she has to contribute something to your life that saves you time. If you only got 24 hours in a day and you occupy those 24 hours, she got to give you something to save you 4 of those hours if she want those hours. You know what I'm saying? She got to give you something that saves you 2 days if she wants your whole weekend. She got to give you something that saves you a week if she want to go on vacation for a week. She got to give you something that saves you that time so you can give it to her. Because in 24 hours in a day, you can't make it be 36. You can't spend your 24 hours being busy and then figure out a new 12 to give her. If you busy for those 24 hours, I'm talking about including sleep, eating, resting, all of that. If you are busy for 24 hours, the next day you still ain't got no time for her. She got to save you some time in order for you to give her some time. She got to say, listen, even if a woman is just coming to your crib, man, prepping your meals every day, you know how much time that saves you? If she prepping your meals, bringing you your plate, taking your plate back up, cleaning up your kitchen. If she doing that, if she at your crib and she doing your laundry, if she at your crib and she cleaning up your crib, all of those things save you time. You know what? That saves you time. That's the time she can get. She can get that time if she saves that time. Just remember that. I don't know if you ever heard that before. Shit sound pretty original. Sound like a Alpha Dun Dada original. So everybody, I'm gonna let y'all know y'all content creator. Y'all go ahead and run with it. That's a free piece of game for y'all. All I give is free info, man. All this info I give is free. Yeah, you can doctor it like well, you've been doing it. You can take it and doctor it to your own liking and shit. Y'all don't say shout out to @BOA. It's cool. I don't care about none of that. This is base level shit that I be talking about. The deep level shit that y'all can't take. I am not even talking about that on here. So be free with that, man. Be free with that. The only time she gets is the time she saves you. So if everything she does in a week saves you 2 days, those 2 days are for her. Kick it with her those 2 days. If she can do something in your business that keeps you from having to do it, if she doing your paperwork, if you got 3 hours of paperwork every night and she doing your paperwork every night, hey man, in 7 days, she done earned 21 hours. You know what that is? That's a whole goddamn day. She done earned a whole day of just you and her. Well, you ain't even doing no work. She didn't save you the work time. Whole day. She got it right there. You got to do that because if not, you end up giving time to a woman that you ain't got to give. And you know what she does? She stops appreciating your time because you're giving her too much of your shit. If you give a woman too much of anything, she's not going to appreciate it anymore. If you give anybody too much of anything, they're not going to appreciate it anymore. And this is just what you must understand. That keeps you from getting caught up in a situation where you're spending too much time with a woman, where you're giving her too much, as AMS would call it, damn, what do you call it? Non-sexual attention. I think that's what he calls it. That's how you keep from doing that. So the reality of the scenario, man, is you must employ her skill set so she views you as her boss. A woman doesn't respect any man more than she respects her boss. Your woman will never respect you more than she respects her boss. Never. She just won't do it. She can't. She can't respect you more than she respects her boss because her boss is in a position of leadership and guidance in her life. He's a man she admires. And so that's why I'm telling you, man, I don't deal with no woman who got no job. If she got a job, she gotta go work for somebody, man. She can't be with BOA, man. She can't be with Dean. She can't be with Dean. It ain't gonna happen. BOA don't play them games. So she has to have a skill set that you can apply and that you can employ so she can view you as her boss. She needs to have to come to you and seek your approval for her work, for her skills, for her, for whatever she injects into your business or your life. She needs to have to come to you for your approval, even if they're just down to cooking for you. A woman who cooks for you, you can't be no sucker that just eat whatever the woman cook. You have to have a specific diet. If you ain't got a specific diet, your ass ain't healthy. If you just eat anything, you ain't healthy. So focus on your own self first. If these things don't apply to your life, but if you healthy, then you got a certain diet. That woman has to cook that and seek your approval for it. You have to make sure you give her your approval, and you have to make sure you give her your disapproval when that shit ain't right. Many of you men can't do that. Yes, dear. It's good. It's okay, baby. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Next time, baby, can you think you can add a little salt? No, hey, baby, that shit too salty. What you doing? You don't eat that salt like that, shawty? What's going on? Well, I just want to. No, don't do that. Hey, what you were doing over there? You burnt this up a little bit, didn't it? Well, I was texting my mom up. No, don't text your mom when you cooking my food. Tell your mom you cooking for dinner. You got to call her. You got to talk to her ass later. But if it's phenomenal, you be like, damn, baby, you did a phenomenal job with that. You did a phenomenal job with that. Reward her with a hug. Reward her with a kiss. Don't be all lovey-dovey kissing on the broad all the time, man, doing all that shit. Like, you got to make sure the woman appreciates the shit you do because you don't overrun her with it. All that, it's just waking up, man. I just lovey-dovey all the time and shit, man. Nah, bruh. And now it's harder if you live in a house with a woman. You got to have a real structured environment, boy. If you got a wife and you cohabitating, it's different. It's different. But in the alpha sphere, most of us aren't cohabitating, so we ain't talking about that shit. If you're a man that's cohabitating and all that, man, yeah, all this shit is gonna be a little bit tougher for you. It can be done, but you got to make sure you stay steady. Like, you can't even with us. Hey, man, okay, she ain't here. I'm good. I don't have to even worry about trying to navigate it when she ain't here. By the time she see me, then she been missing everything for a while. So and that's why I say, man, the stronger position is to not be in cohabitation. Cohabitation is not a strong position. Even if I were legally married, I wouldn't be cohabitating. She have her own shit, I have mine. That way she can never feel like, okay, I got him. Nope. No, it'll feel like you got me. Even if we cohabitate, you won't have me because I'm still gonna have a spot your ass don't know about. Or you may know about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna hide it, but it gonna always be one. It gonna always be another spot. So I say this, man. Here's the main thing that y'all can't do. You gotta fuck her like a savage. None of that old making love and all that shit right there. Now, I ain't saying there's anything you should hold back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this your woman, I'm quite sure you kiss her, all that type of thing. But I'm saying you got to fuck her like a savage. For you, sex represents two things: reward and punishment. That's all it is. It ain't no time for you to get off because you so horny and you can't control yourself. No, if you can't control yourself, you can't control your intimacy, you can't control your desires, this ain't for you. You need to go work on yourself. Go find a channel or a counselor or something like that to get over that. I'm not finna teach you about that. I ain't got time to even go through all that. But you got to use sex as two things, reward and punishment. And here's the thing, the reward and punishment of it don't waver that much. Maybe the verbal things you say to her doing punishment are different from the things you say to her doing reward. Maybe not. Maybe the lead up to it is different. For me, the lead up to sex is different. When it's punishment, there ain't no lead up. You know what I'm saying? It's come here. It's that. Let's get it's something different. But when it's a reward, the lead up to it could be an all day thing. It could be an all day event. It could be waking up to breakfast. It could be going out, man, maybe grabbing a couple things, man, maybe for her crib, my crib, wherever we at. It could be going somewhere, man, enjoying some lunch, man. It could be going for the reward happens when she earns the time. When she earns that day or earns that weekend, then that's a reward. Because whatever she did, it freed my time up like that. So my reward for her is my time. If you reward her with your time, if you value your time enough to stop acting like it's not a reward for a woman, then you ain't always got to be paying your goddamn money all the time. But that's it. The Savage Pack. Savage Pack, man, it got to come every time. You can never, as long as you do it like that, as long as you understand that sex is a reward and punishment, then you never get caught up in the fact where she trying to hold it against you or hold it from you or do any of that right there. I ain't never dealt with no shit like that. I don't even understand what level of man or what level of woman you had to be dealing with. I mean, what level of man you have to be and what level of woman you had to be dealing with in order to, I don't get it. Like, what level of man do you have to be in order for a woman to be withholding sex from you? What level of woman is she to even be able to do that? Help me understand that. And let me tell you something, man. Here's what another thing you have to remember. Always stick to your spiritual commitments. Your spiritual commitments are more valuable to your life than she'll ever be. You must stick to your spiritual commitments. It don't matter what she does. She don't live with you no way. If you honor the Sabbath day, honor the Sabbath day. She ain't got to. You don't care. She don't live with you. Honor the Sabbath day for you and your household. If she don't honor it, cool. If she don't honor it, just don't let her be at your household on that day. You know what I'm saying? That 7 days, she ain't got no business to her household on the 7th day, man. If she don't honor it, she ain't got no business there. But if she there, she gonna honor it. See, it's for your household. It's not for you to control the world. That's for you and your household. That's for you to control your household. You can't control the world. That's why I don't go out here to the world saying you got to do. No, I ain't finna do that. If you notice, children of Israel, the priests never went out and preached to them. They went to the priests. The priests were in the temple. The priests were in with the Ark of the Covenant. Like the people went to the priest. The priest didn't go out, man, and deal with the people like that. It's for you and your household. So if she at your crib, she go on the Sabbath day. If she ain't, she can do whatever she want to do. Okay. Yo, man. I'm just looking at the chat now, man. Let me go in here and fix this, man. All right, we back. Bunch of beta male man, John, man, still be coming up in the joint, man. Talking about the title sound like somebody said the title sound like some BS. It sound like some BS, man. You don't need to be in here listening. If the title's some BS, the content gonna be some BS too. Go and get on out of here. I don't want to hold you in here, man, so you can listen to no BS. Now, here's another thing. You stick to your spiritual commitments because remember, the blessings that she is or the blessing that anything is in your life, that come from your connection to the Most High. That come from your connection to God. You make sure you maintain that connection. You never let a woman infiltrate your spiritual relationship with God. Man, listen, if a woman even questions it, I don't even answer no questions. I literally don't care how she relates to my spirituality. I could care less. I just could care less. You understand? Like if she's in my household, she's just gonna do it. I don't owe her no explanation. If she in my household, she's just gonna do it. If not, go home. Stay at home. When you in my household, you're gonna do whatever the hell I tell you to do. Otherwise, you ain't got to be here. So I'm not finna explain to it, well, why this gotta happen? I don't give a damn about your why question. You gonna do it or you gonna be gone. Period. Because here's the main thing. Well, I can get a man anyway. You can. I can get. There are a lot of men who want to go get one of them. Go be with them. Well, if you don't give me this, I can get it. Well, why you ain't already go get it? I already told you I'm gonna get it to you before you came. You got to remember that the man you became was by yourself without her. And this is the real deal. You will never be quite the man you were without her that you'll be with her, because it takes some energy from some other shit that you were doing in order to give to her. That's why you have to limit that energy. That's why you have to limit that dedication. That's why you have to limit that focus on her, because all of that is coming from something else. So when you talking to her, is she giving you some time? I mean, is she saving you that time you talking to her? When you text her, is she saving you that time? She's not going to be able to save you all of the time. She has to save the time that you spend with her, like the physical time you spend with her, where it's just y'all and you ain't doing no work. That's the time she has to make up. But she's not gonna be able to make up all the energy, all the effort, none of that. She ain't gonna be able to make up 100% of it. So you will never be quite the same version of you with her that you were without her. That's why I tell you, man, always enjoy your bachelor life until she earns a commitment. You shouldn't be giving a woman a commitment before she earns it. Were you taking trips by yourself before? Okay, well, keep taking trips by yourself. Am I saying she can't never come nowhere? No. But I'm saying, at what point did she earn the right to be every damn way you go? And what did she do to earn that? Some of y'all ain't even got to earn in the goddamn time you give her. So how she earn doing that? I'm talking about just the basic quality time. She ain't even earn that, but now you giving her the vacations and all that too? Where they do that at? If you doing that, your ass is a beta male simp mangina. That's what you are. It don't matter how much you like her. What has she earned? What has she earned? And here's another thing I want y'all to keep in mind, man. Stop trying to convince yourself. Stop trying to convince yourself or a woman that you were born to be monogamous. Now, we live in a society where women want to say, well, we weren't born to be monogamous either, or we're not put here to be monogamous either. Bullshit. That's why y'all can only pair bond with one man. You're meant to be with the man that took your virginity. That's the man, that's the only man you can pair bond with. You got to tell me you can rewrite the imprint. Bullshit. Can't rewrite nothing. You're a damn fool if you think you rewrite the imprint. You're a damn fool if you want to rewrite the imprint. You crazy. Any man who speaks on rewriting an imprint is a damn idiot. Why would you want to? Why would you think you have to? Why would you feel the need to? What kind of man are you to feel like you should be rewriting the imprint that's already on a woman? Why would you be trying to rewrite the situation where a woman can pair bond with you second? What the hell kind of man want to be pair bonded with second? What man want to be the second baby daddy? What man want to be the second husband? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a man right now that want to be the second husband. Y'all peep game on this.